Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, should be a good one.
We're going to be taking all of the stuff that you've sent us, your curiosity and some of the sources that you pointed us towards about this new thing that's been coming up a lot, this AI, artificial intelligence, and how it seems to be changing the world of science. So our goal today is to really figure out the biggest serious that AI is causing in science.
Yeah, you can think of this as like your crash course or a cheat sheet or something.
Okay.
So if you want to really quickly understand how AI is, reshaping all this scientific work, you're in the right place.
Okay, so I think the first thing that really jumps out from what you said is that it's not just about having a new gadget or tool or something. It's really being presented as like a completely new way of thinking about and approaching these scientific questions and processes.
It really is a game changer. Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, that have we discovered all the various elements on the periodic table, and can we intertwine,
Really interesting question.
Yeah, it takes us on a slightly...
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
and can we intertwine them and combine two or more
That's a fin. Oh, yeah,
elements? Can we combine two or more elements?
That's a fantastic follow-up.
Yeah, I love where your head is at with this.
So thinking about elements and this idea of putting two or more together,
Okay, let's unpack this a little.
you're really getting to the heart of how science builds on itself.
Go on.
It isn't just about finding single pieces of the puzzle.
Right.
It's often about how those pieces connect and interact.
Oh, I see what you mean.
When we look at those fundamental particles that make up all the elements you see, our understanding of them and the forces between them is constantly getting more detailed.
So while that periodic table was pretty set, the ways those elements could combine would behave under different pressures.
Like you might find deep inside a planet.
Right, like deep inside a planet.
That's still a huge area of discovery.
So it's not just about what's on the table.
Not at all.
It's about what we can do with what's on the table.
Precisely. And it ties into our main topic in a cool way.
How does it connect to AI?
Well, AI is becoming a powerful tool for exploring these combinations.
Oh, wow.
It can help us simulate how elements might interact under all sorts of extreme conditions.
I hadn't even considered that.
It can analyze vast amounts of data looking for patterns that could suggest new ways elements might intertwine.
Wow.
Or form completely new materials.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Absolutely. This ability to explore the intertwining at a fundamental level is being accelerated by these new AI tools.
It sounds like the possibilities are almost endless.
In many ways they are. And that's what makes time for science.
Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
Okay, so my suggestion is to also talk more about this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Talk more about the LED lights. They use phosphor. To. There is a thin film of phosphor on
that
it.
efficiency comes from advancements in materials, science.
Oh, right. The stuff that actually makes the light.
Exactly. And AI is actually playing a role in that area.
Wait, really? How so?
Well, AI can help us discover and design new materials. Oh, go for it.
So can we use phosphor or any other thing, any other periodic table element alongside the phosphor and replace it on an LED bulb?
Oh, that's a really insightful question.
It builds right on what we were just discussing about elements.
Okay, let's unpack this. So you're thinking about the specific materials in LED bulbs.
Exactly. The phosphorus will help create the white light in many LEDs.
Right. It absorbs the blue light and then re-emits a broader spectrum.
And your question is about whether we could swap out that phosphor or combine it with other elements from the periodic table.
That's a really forward-thinking idea.
Absolutely. Scientists are constantly exploring new materials for LEDs.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
What's fascinating here is that the goal is often to increase efficiency.
Oh, right. Making them brighter with less power.
Exactly. And that efficiency comes from advancements in materials science.
Oh, right. The stuff that actually makes the light.
Exactly. And as we were about to say, AI is actually playing a role in that area.
Wait, really? How so?
Well, AI can help us discover and design new materials. that could make future LEDs even better, maybe even replacing or enhancing the phosphor.
So AI is helping us find the next generation of lighting materials.
Precisely. It can simulate how different compounds, including other elements alongside or instead of phosphor, might work.
Much faster than trying them all in a lab.
So in a way, AI is helping to brighten the future, literally, and your question is right in line with that research.
That's a cool way to look at it. Oh, go for it.
How can we use magnetism or magnetic force fields to travel? Can we use magnetism to travel far and wide in different countries? Is that feasible and plausible?
That's a really ambitious question. It gets into some fascinating areas of physics.
Yeah, that's definitely thinking big. Okay, let's unpack this idea of using magnetism for travel.
So the basic idea of using magnetic forces to move things is already something we see.
Like those high-speed magnetic levitation trains, right?
Exactly. Maglev trains use powerful magnets to lift and propel the train without touching the tracks.
You look so smooth.
It is, but extending that to travel far and wide in different countries on a broader scale, that presents some significant challenges.
Okay, like what kind of challenges are we talking about?
Well, creating those strong, consistent magnetic fields over vast distances is a huge hurdle.
You need some seriously powerful magnets everywhere.
Precisely. And the energy requirements would be immense. Plus, navigating those fields and controlling the movement would be incredibly complex.
It makes those maglev tracks seem almost simple in comparison.
They are a very controlled environment. Think about the Earth's magnetic field, for example.
Yeah.
It's there, and we use it for navigation with compasses, but it's not strong enough to, say, lift a car, let alone propel it across countries.
So while the idea of using magnetism for travel is really cool,
What's fascinating here is that the practicalities of creating those powerful, directed magnetic fields over long distances and overcoming the energy and control issues make it less feasible with our current understanding and technology.
that said, you never know what the future holds.
This raises an important question about how we might overcome those limitations with future scientific breakthroughs, maybe even involving new material energy sources that AI could help us discover.
It really shows how interconnected everything is, even something like magnetic travel and AI-driven materials science.
Absolutely, from those fundamental
So
forces.
these big futuristic transportation ideas.
So yeah.
What about the LLMs? Can we use them for individuals? Like, can we use the LLMs to mimic someone who has passed away?
That's a profound question. It touches on some really interesting ethical and technical areas.
It definitely takes our conversation in an unexpected but important direction.
Okay, so when you're talking about using LLMs, large language models, to mimic someone who has passed away,
You're essentially asking if AI could recreate their communication style, their memories, their essence in some digital form.
and that's something that's being explored, and there are different perspectives on it.
What's fascinating here is the capability of these AI models to learn patterns from vast amounts of text data.
Right, so if you had a lot of someone's writings, emails, maybe even voice recordings transcribed,
The AI could potentially learn to generate text that sounds like them.
in a way, it could create a kind of digital echo of that person's voice.
But this raises an important question about the accuracy and the ethics of such a thing.
Exactly. Could an AI truly capture the nuances and complexities of an individual?
That's a significant challenge. Language models are good at patterns, but understanding and genuine emotion are different.
It's more like creating a simulation based on data, rather than truly bringing someone back.
And there are also questions about consent and how this kind of technology might be used.
It brings up a lot to consider about our relationship with technology and memory.
Absolutely. While the technical capabilities are advancing, the ethical considerations are still very much being debated.
So while the idea of digital mimicry is becoming more plausible,
The implications for individuals and society are something we need to think very carefully about.
thanks for bringing up such a thought-provoking question. It really makes you consider the possibilities and the potential pitfalls of AI.
It certainly does. And as AI continues to evolve, these are the kinds of questions that will become increasingly important.
It's clear that
Yep. Go on.
How would people earn from AI in the future? If AI can replace all the jobs, then how can people start earning from AI?
That's a really important question to consider as we talk about the advent of AI.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people are thinking about.
Well, it's true that AI could automate many tasks.
It's also likely to create new opportunities.
Think back to when computers became widespread.
Right, there were fears about job losses then too.
But it also led to entirely new industries and roles.
So you're saying AI might do something similar?
It's a strong possibility. People might earn by developing AI tools.
Or by training and maintaining those systems?
Exactly. There could be a huge demand for people who understand AI.
And maybe even entirely new kinds of jobs we can't imagine yet.
This raises an important question about adapting our skills.
So lifelong learning might become even more crucial.
Absolutely. As AI changes, we'll need to change with it.
It sounds like it's less about replacement and more about evolution.
That's a great way to put it.
So while there are valid concerns about job displacement,
The future of work with AI is still being shaped.
thanks so much for joining us and for your insightful question.
We always appreciate you tuning in and sharing your thoughts.
Until next time, keep those questions coming.
And keep exploring the evolving world around us. We'll catch you next